Hi, it's Raquel with Balloon Splendor with another template. This one I wanted to give you a little bit of a tour to show you some of the cool things that it contains. So this first one has 3 columns in it that are, 2 of these are based on some of what I've been seeing come through on Balloon Friends and Facebook. A feature here that I wanted to show you in here is this ribbon that I drew right here. And this allows you to go ahead and color it in any color you want. Where the old way we were doing ribbons, let's see, let's pick something a little prettier. The old way we were doing ribbons was, drawing the line like that, and then you could change the line color, and if you wanted to make it thicker, we were going down here and changing the weight. So now you can actually fill it in, and you have a little more option. If you wanted to do like a number 40 ribbon, you can thicken it up. Have a little dovetail on there. So that's what you can do. And if you don't want them all, like if you just copied and pasted this, they would all be going the same way. So you can grab the little square here and you can just flip it around to the other side. And now you've got, like a cluster of ribbons like we've got over here. So on this star here, I do want to point out that it took me several times to trace a Qualatex star. So what I ended up doing is tracing half of it and then copying it and doing the mirror and putting it together into one star. So if you go to color this one in, keep in mind that you're going to have to click on both sides. So I didn't figure out how to work around that, but I wanted a star that was symmetrical. That I figured was more important than having it be so that you could just do a fill on at one time. Okay, so that's that page. This page here, I asked Pioneer to come up with a sheet that had all the different sizes of balloons that they carry, their standard items, and had them scaled to one another. So I did that, and in this template I have the sheet sized to 1 inches to 1 foot. So how would you use this? Okay, let's say you wanted to do a balloon bouquet that featured a 36-inch star, so I went ahead and copied a star here, got rid of the background, and I want it to be a 36-inch star. Okay, well, that happens. I just kind of scaled that. That happened to work out okay. And then let's say you didn't know what size latex would look best. So you can go ahead and just overlay your balloon and scale it down until it's the same size. So that could be about a 24-inch balloon. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste and scooch it over and do that again for a 16-inch balloon. Make sure that lines up pretty good. Okay, close enough for balloon work. And I'm going to do it again for an 11-inch balloon. Okay, so you're sitting there at your desk and you want, to build some bouquets for your client, and you're not sure which would look best, if the 24-inch or the 16-inch or the 11-inch balloon. So there they are. So you can build, your bouquet with 24-inch balloons. Let me get this one copied. Or you can do it with 16-inch balloons. Or you can do them with 11-inch balloons. And what I'm doing on my keyboard is hitting Control C and Control V for copy and paste. V is in Victor. So that's what the balloons look like to scale. And in one of my other videos I also talked about forcing things to the front and the back with these move forward and move backwards buttons. So that's how you can do that. So you've got a client that wants to, they just want some bouquets with the 20-inch stars and some 11-inch balloons. Well, here's an opportunity for you to maybe upsell them a little bit. So you can show them, this is with the 11-inch balloons, and you can show them this is with a 36-inch balloon and 16-inch latex, or you can go really big with 24-inch balloons and a 36-inch latex. So these 3 bouquets are now to scale to one another. So you can incorporate that into your design. I thought this is was very, very generous on Pioneer's part to do it for us. So now you have it. And remember, if you scale this, if you change the scale on this so it's all fits on one paper, you've lost the 1 inch to 1 foot ratio. So make sure that you don't do that. Or if you do, then, you know, take into consideration the fact that you've changed the scale. Okay, now for the bonus one is this garden arch, I think as I've seen it called, or an organic arch. I like the word organic a little bit more than garden, because if you don't have the ferns in there, then maybe it's not a garden arch. So here's some of the features on this one. I actually created a fern. I'm going to go ahead and pull the fern out. Oh, I grabbed them all. Let me undo that. I just grab the fern, and then I'm going to go ahead and regroup this whole thing for now because I don't want to lose it. So with this fern, you can go ahead and size it bigger or smaller depending on, you know, how big you want it in your arch. You can control, again, with the layers, with your buttons here. You can put it right on top, or all the way in the back, or somewhere in between the two. Somewhere in between the two. Oh, I think it's because these guys are, because it's grouped. I have to have it ungrouped in order to have a little more control over the layering. Okay, there it goes. That's what I wanted to show you. So I can't have it all grouped. Okay, so there's a bonus, and again, you can make the ferns skinnier or wider, or you can distort it any way you want. You can make them longer. You can turn them around. You can go up here to rotate, and you can do the mirror if you want. So that's a bonus thing. That one's kind of cool. Okay, and so let's say you wanted to change the shape. You don't want it quite so symmetrical. You can grab some of this arch. You can group it. You can grab it, and you can overlay it if you wanted to do kind of a tall, wonky type of column. You can turn this around if you wanted to, you know, do whatever you want to do with it. I've seen some of the arches where it looked like part of it was on the ground and maybe this piece was going up and attaching to a roof or something, or a ceiling. Let's see, I wanted to rotate this whole piece. Yeah, so you can rotate them, you can do whatever you want with them. And that's just by grabbing a section of it. And let's see, if you wanted to go in and change some of the colors, let me zoom back in here a little bit. So if you want to change some of the colors, you can double, oh, I've got them. Okay, they're not grouped, so we can just go ahead and click on them. I'm going to hold my shift key down, and I can go in here and I can select several, except on that side because I have that side still grouped. And we can add some blues in there if we wanted to. You know, we can go in and change whatever you want. You can add some lime green. Nope, that doesn't look good. Yeah, that looks alright. So you can go in and you can play with colors this way too. If you want to add some more grays or add some more black, whatever you want to do. And if these aren't enough colors, remember you've got more fill colors here that you can play with. You can actually pick just about any color and you can control the tint or the shade over here. You know, you select your hue here. If you know your Pantone color, there's the numbers here if you want to match them exactly, which if you're working with balloons, that's not going to help you much, but if you're weaving like a ribbon through here or something, that might be useful too. So someday I might come up with the RGB colors for balloons, but I haven't done that yet. Alright, so there you have it. Hopefully these templates are useful for you. This is Raquel with Balloon Splendor.